The following is a live sports presentation on Glycon.
Glycon's coverage of UA Local 502 Louisville basketball game night starts now.
Well, hello again. Live on Glycon, it's the girls' Sweet 16 championship. It's GRC and Assumption. I'm Chris Labarde, to my right, former Mercy head coach, and Mark Evans. You've won a state championship. What are these coaches, what are these student athletes feeling right now?
A lot of energy, Chris. I mean, there's no doubt about it. A lot of excitement, a lot of energy. Big stage, big opportunity, something that they can never take away from you down the road. And so, and something that like bonds are made with your kids that are part of this and your coaches.
And the significance in this game because neither school has won a state championship.
No, so that amps it up even a little bit more. But I truly believe these are the two best teams in the state of Kentucky at this point in time. So we're getting the best of the best tonight.
How did they get here? Well, you heard Assumption this morning. They defeated Taylor County 48-29. Rockets improved to 27-5, and Ashlyn James, very strong, 15 points, 7 rebounds.
Yeah, I look for her. This is going to be I had the opportunity to stay and watch GRC play the second game today, and I was very, very, very impressed with Stamper and that whole crew. They got some. They're veterans, and even though the Assumption's not been here before, they have veterans too. They have several seniors that make a big play. Ashlyn James is going to be a key player. Look for her at her best tonight. I think she shines when the light's the brightest, and I think she will be fantastic.
With the Rockets win, it was their 16th consecutive. Meanwhile, George Rogers Clark, they defeated a very strong Simon Kenton team 66-40. The Cardinals 32-2. And since the loss at Assumption on January the 8th, they've won 23 in a row.
Yeah, they were very impressive today. Their defense is just overwhelming. They really take a lot of chances. They put a lot of pressure on you. So it's going to be really interesting to see if the Rockets can break down that pressure. But, I think it's going to be on-ball defense is what's going to make the difference one way or the other for either team.
The Cardinals are a dynasty from a regional standpoint. They've been 9 of the last 10 years out of the 10th region. They're coached by an alum, former Vanderbilt and Georgetown College player in Robbie Graham, his 14th year, and he's widely renowned as one of the better coaches in Kentucky.
Now, Robbie does a fantastic job. He's been around for a long time. He draws a lot of very good players because anybody in that community or surrounding communities want to play for Robbie. And if you know Robbie, you understand why. He's just a great person and a heck of a coach.
GRC and Assumption should be a lot of fun. 7:30 tip-off. In the subsequent segments, you'll hear from both head coaches. You'll hear from Coach Evans as he'll dissect the game plan for each team. It's GRC and Assumption, and more coverage coming up from Rupp Arena after this pause on Glycon.
Folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer. Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Oldham County today.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. located in Jeff and Madison.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Polo Real Estate Group, your one-stop real estate source. Founded by 1993 male graduate Dion Reese. Contact him at 502-387-6330 or visit polorealestategroup.com.
Today we have with us the victorious George Rogers Clark Lady Cardinals with head coach Robbie Graham. Comments on today's game.
First, a lot of credit to Simon Kenton on a great season. Coach Stowers is a dear friend, kind of a mentor. I've followed his career for a while, and he's kind of taught a young coach some things back in the day. So just a lot of respect for them. Their program had a fantastic year. Our kids played hard. We knew it was going to be a tough physical game. They're a talented team. They've had a great run this year, and I'm just proud of our kids. We first quarter we came out, we were playing like our hair's on fire. We were very aggressive. We were attacking the basket. Our defense kind of overwhelmed in the first quarter. I think we kind of had them back on their heels, and it was good that we had that start. We had a few lulls throughout the course of the game, just some layups, some wide open layups, and things. We had mental breakdowns, but we're definitely glad to be playing tonight.
Coach, you talk about the role that your depth played. You hit 5 3-pointers to start the game, and then Kennedy, I think, had 8 points in the third quarter to really pull away.
Yeah, you talk about our depth. Yeah, we've hung our hat on our depth all year. We feel like that's one of the things that we want to wear teams down mentally and physically. Championships are won by tired coaches and tired teams. So it's at this point in time. 7:30 tonight. It's just going to be who wants it the most. Who take care of the basketball, rebound. But our depth is definitely a huge part of our success.
Triple overtime when you played them a couple months ago. How are you guys different maybe than that game and vice versa for them?
Well, I think, throughout the course of the season, I think we both have improved. We developed a little more depth than we had back then, which will help us. And I think they're changing things in their lineup. Their coach does a great job. They're very talented. It's going to be a 32-minute war, and we, 365 days ago, we expected to be back in this position tonight. This is where we wanted to be, and we talked about it from the time we walked off the court last year until this moment. So we're going to chase it. We're going to chase it with everything in us, and every ounce of blood, sweat, and tears. We're going to go after it, and we'll see what happens.
Coach, you call the timeout there. You're up 21. They get it like a back door. You call timeout. Just talk about the demands that you expect of your players for the full 32 minutes, even in a moment like that.
And the thing about it is it's a 21-point game, this game, but what if it's tonight and we're up 1 and there's 7 seconds to go and we relax? So everything matters throughout the course of the game. We talk about it on a daily basis. Everything matters. Every minute, every second, everything matters. So we get beat back door up 21. We don't want to happen up 1 and we're down 1 and we lose a game, right? And we talk about if this is a championship play, are you okay? Are you satisfied with that play if this is a championship, the last play of the game? Absolutely not. So we're going to demand absolute, the best every time we step out there. We practice 6 days a week, 2 hours a day. We work too hard to let things like that slip by. So it's mentally and physically, we're demanding a lot of them.
Okay, Coach, good luck. We'll see you in a little bit.
You guys, appreciate it. Thank you.
Buying or selling a new home, and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Go ahead, pour it on, as thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham, always served to you fresh and so good It'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
Blind Select, not just blinds. Blind Select, not just blinds.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
This broadcast is copyrighted by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, videos, and audio without the express written permission of the KHSAA is prohibited. Mark, your thoughts on Coach Graham talking about depth and perhaps the added benefit of extra players tonight?
Well, I think it's very important, especially for Coach Graham, because as we talked earlier, really the advantage goes to Assumption because they had the earlier games and they had more rest time. So I think that could come into play. It might equalize more than anything else the advantage that's sitting out and not playing that late game for the Assumption Rockets.
Cardinals do have perhaps 4 extra players that they'll bring in, players 6 through 9, all averaging between 5 and 8 points a game. And the other part I found interesting, Coach Graham talking about how hard they've worked to get back here. And let's reflect this time last year where we were against Sacred Heart GRC, and some self-inflicted woes late in the game cost them a chance to win that game.
Yeah, you never forget that. You don't forget that as a coach. And if you were the players on the court, all of a sudden you understand how important it is for every play to be taken seriously, and you never can get complacent about anything because, honestly, Chris, that game was already their game. They had won that ball game. It was a miraculous comeback by Sacred Heart, even though GRC gave them opportunity after opportunity just by throwing the ball away and things such as that. It was just a total meltdown, and you just don't forget that. And I'm sure those young ladies that are back, which is most of them, remember that, and they'll take care of the ball this time.
We'll talk more about Assumption here in just a little bit. But for GRC, could you make the argument that maybe there's a bit more pressure on them in this game?
That's a hard call on that, Chris, to be honest with you. I think they have more of a reason to come back and win this thing just because of the way they ended it last year, and they've been close before. So I'd say possibly, but you just never know how Assumption's going to react in the final game when they've not been here before. So the advantage of experience goes to the GRC team. So I think it's probably an even call on that.
Cardinals only 2 losses this season. The only loss in Kentucky was to Assumption. The other blemish over the holidays, they lost to Durrell Academy, the charter down in the Miami tournament. Other than that, GRC has been flawless, 32 wins and 2 losses. Up next, we'll chat with Coach C, get her pregame thoughts. Assumption and George Rogers Clark for the Girls State Championship, and you're listening on Glycod.
Not just blinds. Blind Select, not just blinds.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable. They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself. This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
When you want the right agents for your real estate needs, choose the Van Treese team with True Blood Real Estate. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura Protenick Van Treese combine local knowledge, dedication, and results to help you buy or sell with confidence. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463. Because no other real estate team quite measures up when you experience the True Blood advantage.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by IBEW Local 369. Power on Real Estate. Experience the True Blood advantage.
Yeah, Mark Evans here with Glycod. I got the one more time I have the pleasure of I'm thrilled for, and we're hoping the karma's good tonight. Is exactly what we're thinking. So we had to do this interview, and Coach, you've had a hell of a run, heck of a run. I'm sorry, but anyway, going into tonight, are your kids healthy? They rested? They're in good shape?
Yeah. But at this point, you're just kind of playing off adrenaline. So we're psyched to be here. We're glad to play in the last possible game. Couldn't be more proud of the girls.
Well, I thought they were back to themselves this morning. I really felt good about the defense and really picked it up. But you got a little different challenge. You got somebody that kind of pretty much with GRC. I think you're mirror images. For the most part, I think you do a lot of the things that they do well, you do really well. So, I mean, it's going to be a battle of the very best, I think. What are some of your keys that you feel like you're going to need tonight in order to come out ahead?
Well, the first time we played them, we triple overtime, and it was 41-41 in the regular season or regulation. So that's a for both teams who want to run and gun, to hold both teams to 41 is something that says a lot about the defense. So talked about it all the time. We're going to do the same thing. We're focusing on defense, and we have to win the rebounds and then control the ball. and then just attack.
Yeah, I think they have their work cut out to control you too. I think they're definitely going to have to keep you away from the straight line drives and things such as that. But, I think on the same token, both of you play such incredibly aggressive, overplay type of defense, but you also help well. It really looks like it's going to be who can beat who off the dribble.
Yeah.
To me, I don't know. What's your thought?
Yeah, no, it will. This is going to be a fast-paced game. We both love playing man. We both love running a lot of different action. Both love playing man. We both love running a lot of different action sets on half court. But we also love to run in the open court. So I'm expecting a battle. I'm expecting a lot of transition plays, and I'm expecting just a fun game.
Yeah, absolutely. I do believe you. I think the rebound is probably turnovers to a point and foul trouble. I think that's something that you'll have to stay out of. And these first minutes of this ball game, you never know how to get that at all with your players.
Other than yesterday, throw the ball around a lot, and I've been impressed with our poise this whole time during the Sweet 16. There's a lot of pressure, and I've been proud of how they've handled that. So I told them I told them, take the adrenaline and let it fuel you. Let it fuel your aggression on defense and the attack on offense.
Well, Coach, you do a great job.
Thank you so much.
I really enjoy watching.
Appreciate it.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Red Ball Recycling is Southern Indiana's #1 recycling choice for a reason. We offer top dollar for all scrap metal. We can buy steel, copper, aluminum, brass, junk cars, and more. Call or stop by Red Ball Recycling and turn your scrap metal into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
This is the mower that cut the lawn, that became the place their kids grew up. The legendary Exmark Laser Z is the zero-turn mower more landscape pros trust. For cut quality, comfort, and reliability. Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life. Visit your local dealer or explore the Exmark Laser Z online for special finance offers, available now.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Tonight's Inside Look is brought to you by Blinds Direct. They proudly serve Louisville for over 30 years. Visit blindsdirect.com or call 502-266-0079 for the best in home decor. Mark, let's talk GRC. What's most important for them tonight?
Well, Chris, they have to contain the Rockets' straight line drives. You can't let James get to the basket, and you can't let Palmer get to the basket. If that happens, all things for GRC will be bad because it will break their defense down. They'll get easy plays. Also, GRC needs to win the offensive boards. It's been kind of a I would say that the Rockets sometimes has a weakness in that way, and that's something that the GRC could exploit.
What do you look for from Assumption?
Defensive rebound is going to be everything for them. They can't give up a bunch of second shots. We saw that against Frederick Douglass. That can't happen tonight. They have to get bodies on people. They have to keep them off the boards. And the other thing is, for Assumption, I truly believe, especially with Palmer and her aggressiveness, they got to stay away from early foul trouble.
Tremendous representation from Clark County. There are a number of folks in the lower bowl across from us clad in red. Great representation. It's almost a pseudo home game for GRC.
I've played GRC many, many times over the years. I've actually played them, coached against them in a state tournament. We came out ahead, but the bottom line is that community represents well. They follow their teams, and it's always, it gives you goosebumps. It's a great feeling.
Starting lineups, tip-off. Coming up next live on Glycod, it's the Girls Sweet 16 Championship, and we'll have it for you next.
You cannot depend on Beth to choose the best meal to go.
Is that soup? No, thank you.
But you can always depend on her car starting because she has an Interstate battery, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. From Glycod, it's UA Local 502 Louisville Basketball Game Night. UA Local 502 and the Mechanical Contractors Association of Kentucky. We do it right the first time. Tonight's game is brought to you by Red Ball Recycling, turning your scrap metal into scrap money. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed. Tinsley Family Concessions, commitment to quality. German American Bank, building our community since 1910. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust. Anderson's Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. And by Blinds Direct and State Farm Insurance agent Leslie Gilley. Now courtside for all the action from Glycod on UA Local 502 Louisville Basketball Game Night.
A great atmosphere to settle the Girls State Championship for 2026. Time now for the starting lineups presented by Interstate Batteries. Get started with Interstate Batteries. The starters for GRC: Kennedy Stamper, T. Yeast, Kylie Chestnut, Elias Strode, and Anaya Chestnut for the Cardinals starting lineup. But Kennedy Stamper, an all-everything guard for them, 13 points and an outstanding three-point shooter.
She's a fantastic player. What impresses me most about Stamper, though, is actually her defense. Very, very physical, moves her feet really, really well, bodies up well, and really makes it difficult for anybody that she guards.
Assumption starters: Ashlyn James, Saray Palmer, Ava Moore, Jada Allen, and Layla Powell. James, 15 points for Assumption, and Saray Palmer having an outstanding Sweet 16.
Yeah, she's been the difference maker. I don't believe the Rockets would be here if it wasn't for her in the Frederick Douglass game. She completely by herself turned that game around with 2 takeaways and 2 big threes. She makes them roll along with Ashlyn James.
An incredibly boisterous atmosphere as the starting lineups being introduced. All players for each team, cheerleaders, even the superintendent is being recognized here at half court ahead of this game.
Yeah, it's a feeling you'll never ever forget.
tremendous atmosphere, and Assumption has brought a lot more folks tonight than we saw earlier this morning.
Yeah, I'm happy for their school. It's good to see them represent the way they're doing tonight. And then behind us, it's full of their parents also and their supporters.
We're going to take a break. Tip-off next. GRC and Assumption. We'll be right back.
A Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Tonight's officials, Darrell Russia, Jeff Watson, and Brian Robinson. A great coup for those three gentlemen to be able to officiate the state championship game, as we're almost set for live basketball between George Rogers Clark and Assumption. One prior meeting this year, and Assumption winning in 3 overtimes. January the 8th, they won over GRC 61-56. Assumption, the home team on the scoreboard. Same uniforms as this morning. I assume they've been through the wash cycle.
I'm sure they have. I'm sure they're well taken care of.
Pink numerals and gray trim with white uniforms for Assumption. George Rogers Clark all red with a smidgen of black down each pant leg. White numerals for the Cardinals. And a very impressive contingent of Cardinal faithful have traipsed about 20 miles west from Winchester, and it should be a very pro Cardinal crowd as they too seek their first ever state championship. Thanks so much for joining us. This is all culminated to this moment for these two teams, Mark.
Yeah, they both had great seasons, and now the two best teams in the state are going to play each other for the state championship. That's how it's supposed to be.
And the tip will be controlled by Assumption as it's flagged down by Layla Powell. And Assumption left to right to start the game. Ashlyn James into forecourt, shadowed by Robert Morris commit T East. Up top now it's Jada Allen. And Palmer in the lane, back to James. James penetrates underneath, up and in, and Assumption is off to a nice start.
Yeah, as we spoke, Chris, I really believe this is going to be James's time. I really think she's going to step it up. I think she is the best player on the court, and I think she will show that tonight.
Kenner has it near sideline. It's senior Anaya Chestnut. Two seniors in this Cardinals starting lineup. They're very young after that. Have a couple of 8th graders that factor in the rotation as well. Near sideline, it's Kennedy Stamper, number 055 junior. She's verbal to the University of Cincinnati. And
yeah,
East
she's
has it up
player.
top.
Yeah, definitely a great player. I love watching her play.
Anaya Chestnut, far sideline, working opposite Ashlyn James. And the Cardinals very content in the half court. The ball in Stamper's hands near sideline in front of the Assumption bench. Stamper pauses at the elbow. And finally coming to meet the pass is T East up top. Underneath, Elijah Strode. 8-footer is off the mark. Strode funnels it back in play, and GRC's going to get a basket. It's Anaya Chestnut tying the game.
Well, George Rogers Clark went straight. GRC went straight to a mismatch. They had a post on Palmer, missed the shot, but got second shot's going to be key tonight. If GRC gets a lot of second shots, then the Rockets going to be in trouble.
The turnover out of bounds, and it will be GRC possession. We're understanding we're having a few internet issues. We hope those get remedied. Full house tonight on media with 6:20 now in this opening quarter with possession.
Man-to-man defense by Assumption, as expected.
Kylie Chestnut has T. Yeast, top of the key. Yeast inside the line, up, and it rattles out. Rebound, Assumption cradled by Layla Powell. And Saray Palmer losing it coming up the floor. It's Ray Palmer losing it coming up the floor. It's loose at half court. And Assumption gets it back as Palmer. Saray Palmer to the basket. Errant with that left-hand layup, but Palmer tracks it down. Feeds Ava Moore, and Assumption has the basket.
Absolutely great play by Palmer. Never gave up on the ball. Great court vision, saw the cutter, and made the play off of the scramble play.
Ava Moore, her first field goal, and Assumption leading it 4-2. Stamper funneled the pass underneath, tried to find Strode, deflected and smothered. Saray Palmer out with it for the Rockets.
Yeah, that's going to be tough on GRC if they're going to go directly with the first pass. They need to move the ball if they're going to get the ball inside.
Ashlyn James connecting from the elbow. She's made her first two, and Assumption leads 6-2.
Pick it up full court.
GRC trying to bring it across. This will be T. Yeast, far sideline, shadowed by James. And Yeast into front court. Good start for the Rockets. 3 minutes plus gone by. As Yeast will operate, she'll funnel it to the elbow. Elijah Strode. Strode, fadeaway shot in.
Fantastic fadeaway, Chris. Great job of getting the ball inside. I still think they need to go side to side with the ball, though, GRC, so they can get some easier looks.
Strode, an eighth grader, connecting there, and Assumption leads 6-4. Ashlyn James driving to the basket, in, and a foul, and James with 6 quick points in this game.
Yeah, it's her moment.
Foul is on Elijah Strode. And James, 6 quick points. And the free throw stays in. And the Rockets enjoying a 9-4 beginning.
Yeah, pick it up full, just a soft pressure, falling back in straight man-to-man.
There's Kylie Chestnut, far corner over to Anaya Chestnut. Anaya, the older sister of Kylie. As T. Yeast will handle it up top. Nice switch up top. Layla Powell will shadow her. Powell's versatility on defense.
Yeah, Assumption's doing a great job of switching and moving their feet and staying in front of the GRC kids.
And T. Yeast, an air ball on that three up top. It's short, deflects off the baseline, and possession will belong to Assumption.
Well, they're running that screen weave back and forth, but Assumption's just switching, so it's really not getting a lot done for GRC right now offensively.
Saray Palmer rifles it across the timeline to Ashlyn James. James skip pass, back to Palmer, right wing in front of the GRC bench. 4.5 minutes deep. Palmer attacking, and Kennedy Stamper got a hand on that, causing the turnover, and Palmer lost it out of bounds.
Great take by Palmer, even a better play by Stamper.
And the dead ball will enable Assumption to pick up full court as Stamper, unguarded, finally finds Yeast as a recourse.
Yeah, they'll clear, and she'll bring it down on her own.
And Stamper pacing into front court. Up top now for George Rogers Clark. A slow beginning for the Cardinals. In the corner, that's T. Yeast. Down to the eighth grader Strode. 6-footer a little bit long, got her own rebound, and Strode powers it up and in.
Yeah. Great job by T.
And it's 9-6 Assumption. And Palmer out of sorts, pacing up the floor, throws it out of bounds.
Yeah, she expected that lane to be filled in the left side, weak side. Should have been filled, but for whatever reason, her player pulled up.
Media timeout. George Rogers Clark basketball when we come back. 2:54 in the first. 9-6 Assumption on Glycod.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Nine 9-6 Assumption. We played 5+ minutes. What stood out so far, Mark?
I think the strength and physicality of Assumption stood out. You know, I kind of forgot a little bit about the youth in the GRC players. There's a couple really young ones, and just the body physical play. GRC had a hard time getting in any kind of an offense whatsoever.
Will be Cardinals basketball. Length of the floor right to left. Saray Palmer, a couple of uncharacteristic turnovers for her. Played 30 minutes this morning with no miscues.
Yeah, she just trying to push the ball. They're trying to push the pace, and a couple of mistakes made. I think one was her mistake. I think the second one, her teammate let her down. She didn't cut the lane. Should have been in the lane.
And George Rogers-Clark to inbound. The ball now in Jylan Edmondson's hands. A very impressive 6', 8th grader. Transfer from Franklin County. One of a couple of ex-Flyers in the Cardinal rotation. Pass at the elbow intended for Stamper, and it's stolen away, poked out of there by Layla Powell, and Assumption out with it. And Ashlyn James creeping into front court underneath Powell. Back out around Jada Allen, and Allen will center it top of the circle for Assumption. Allen, a strong drive, laid that up long, and GRC able to track down the rebound. Here comes Strode, the 8th grader, up to Yeast, and Yeast will lay it in.
Great job of passing forward and running the lanes, Chris. We're in a 2-2-1 press by GRC.
T. Yeast, her first field goal. It's 9-8 Assumption. As the Rockets, no problems at all against the press.
Right to the middle, right to James.
And Ashlyn James attacking. Nudges it in the corner, Saray Palmer. Palmer lofts it. Right sideline, Jada Allen drives to the basket, challenged and denied, but scooped up by Assumption's Ava Moore, and she put it in.
Yeah, poor rotation. Great block, but poor rotation by the GRC team to the weak side boards. That will get you every time.
Ava Moore, her first field goal, averages 10 on the campaign, and Assumption leads 11-8. T. East will handle up top, pass at the elbow, and again an overplay, and Layla Powell nearly got that steal as well.
Very fortunate. You can't stand on the top of the court and try to make that angle pass. Terrible angle.
There's a three from the far side. Kylie Chestnut that left that long, and a foul underneath in pursuit of that rebound. It's going to be on George Rogers-Clark.
What I noticed this morning, Chris, is that this 2-2-1 that GRC runs are pretty well done. They do a nice job of pushing to the corners and making the trap, but they have to rotate, pick up the middle for that steal. If they don't do that, then the press is broken. Last time James was right in the middle of the court.
Kennedy Stamper is checking back in for GRC. Also entering the game is senior Annette Miller. As Robbie Graham going a bit further down the bench to bring in Miller. And Assumption across the timeline against the press. Attacking is James in the corner. A long three off the mark from Jada Allen. And tracked down in the corner by Anaya Chestnut of George Rogers-Clark and stolen away. Ashlyn James with the thievery and layup.
Yeah, if GRC is going to run that press, they got to cover middle. And that time they were slow getting middle and bad result.
There's Kennedy Stamper coming up the floor, and Jada Allen in the middle of everything. Outlet pass, Moore lays it in, and a timeout. Robbie Graham. Ava Moore with 4 quick points, and Assumption on top, 15-8. And we're back in 30 seconds on Glycod.
Folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Assumption, a couple of baskets off turnovers, and now the lead is grown to 7. 29 seconds, first quarter.
Well, GRC's putting themselves in bad shape. They're running that 2-2-1 press, and the hardest thing is when they go side to side is the opposite guard drop it back and take it middle. They're a step slow, and when they're a step slow, ball's going straight to the middle, and then it's basically a 3-on-2 for the Assumption Rockets every single time.
Cardinals will inbound full length of the floor in the latter stages of this opening quarter. Here comes Anaya Chestnut, and Chestnut being shadowed by Jada Allen. In the hands of Kennedy Stamper up top as Stamper trying to weave around, hand off to T. Yeast.
I see Stamper's getting a little bit frustrated. She felt like she was open that time. This defense on her is frustrating her just a bit.
At 4 seconds, Stamper's bumped in the lane, funnels it to Yeast. Yeast baseline and stepped out, but she was coaxed out, and we have an Assumption foul with 0.6 left. 0.6 left, so a common foul and one final possession underneath for George Rogers Clark.
Look for a lob.
And they'll funnel it in the corner and not get a shot off in time.
Yeah, they didn't know how much time was on the clock. That's a mental mistake that they made. That's a tough one.
A nice start for the Rockets. After one, they lead George Rogers Clark 15-8. Back for more after this on Glycod.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in. Like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Assumption by 7 after one. Mark, before the break, you talked about the Rockets' defense on Kennedy Stamper. What are they doing so well?
Well, I mean, they're long, they're lanky, and really, honestly, Stamper's just kind of playing a backside role. They're just running their offense, turning it through. I'd like to see GRC set a high screen for her, let her come, maybe a flat screen, let her come off of it and try to create a little bit, because they're getting nothing to the basket whatsoever. They have to get the ball to the rim. They have to break down this defensive Assumption. If they get the ball to the rim, then they have a good chance for second shots, because Assumption struggles dropping down as far as the weak side boards go. But they have to get the ball to the rim.
Rockets by 7, and Assumption will possess the ball to start the second quarter. 5 first quarter turnovers for George Rogers Clark, and that has led to 8 Assumption points.
Well, you know, they're trying to throw, they're running the point from the tip top, trying to hit the high post, and just doesn't work. It's a terrible angle. Once again, they're just running through their offense, and I think I would give Stamper the opportunity with the ball a little bit more.
Will actually be George Rogers Clark possession, I beg your pardon, to start this second quarter. So GRC with it. The entry to Strode, and Strode initiates contact and an Assumption foul.
Well, left to right ball movement, and Stamper with a touch pass inside for the easy open shot. They have to reverse the ball side to side, or they got to get Stamper opportunities to drive off the top, in my opinion.
Foul is on the Rockets. Ashlyn James, her first, as the free throw is long for the 8th grader, Elijah Strode. Averages 10 points and 6 rebounds. And Strode for one more from the line. This is a Cardinal team, shoots 70% as a group from the foul line. And Strode missed them both as that one horseshoed out. And Assumption dodging a bullet as they scoop up the rebound.
Picked right back up, pressure defense.
There's Ashlyn James accelerating into front court. There's the trailer up top, Jada Allen. And Allen shadowed by Kennedy Stamper. They're isolated about 30 feet from the basket. As Allen with a stride, and Allen applies the break. There's the cutter James at the foul line. Layla Powell veering, driving, blocked by Strode, and Strode scoops it up for George Rogers Clark.
Yeah, excellent block by Strode, but I really like what Assumption's trying to do. They're taking it to the rim, and I think the same thing needs to be done by GRC. They need to attack.
Kennedy Stamper up top being badgered by Saray Palmer. Now they'll switch, and it's James' turn. Stamper far sideline. Near sideline pass, Anaya Chestnut back to Stamper in the corner. Stamper with a seam baseline. Funnels it to Strode, and Strode banks it in.
Beautiful pass by Stamper. She's really getting to go. They're getting the ball in her hands. That time they did set a high ball screen for her, which they need to continue to do.
And Assumption brings it across under heavy pressure. Palmer arcs a left wing three, long, and the rebound vacuumed in by GRC's Anaya Chestnut. Cardinals trail it by 5. Chestnut in the lane, off the mark, and an Assumption foul as that ball swirled all the way around and missed to the right.
Yes, I did, but it did, Chris. But the thing about it is that now GRC's attacking, and Assumption's going to have to get back and play defense. They're getting beat off the dribble a little bit, which is important for GRC.
Ava Moore going to check in momentarily for Assumption as the free throw from Anaya Chestnut is perfect. Chestnut over 1,200 career points. Transfer from West Jessamine a couple years back. And GRC now within 3 as Chestnut banked in that second free throw off the rim. So the lead is 3 as the Rockets bring back Ava Moore, and Moore will inbound.
Yeah, a little bit of a 2-1-2 press, or more or less man-to-man is what it looks like. We'll see if they look to trap out of it or if they just look to match up.
Here comes Jada Allen, and Allen lofts it across, fielded by Ashlyn James. Now James pauses, far corner, draws some double team, splits the double team. Moore from the foul line, missed that shot, and Strode had it tracked down but lost it. Moore underneath, and out of bounds off of Layla Powell, and a turnover.
Yeah, I think the energy's picked up by GRC. I think the energy on the defensive end has really picked up. Offensively, they're starting to attack. I think they're starting to field the game and get into the game. I thought they were a little passive to start off with.
And Stamper into front court. And Ava Moore, the third Rocket to challenge Stamper, GRC's leading scorer. There's T. Yeast up top around to Strode. Boy, she's a nice-looking 8th grader.
Yeah, she sure is.
Wow. Stamper pauses near sideline. Little floater from 10. It's short, may have been partially blocked. Stamper from her bottom nearly lassoed the loose ball, and it's out of bounds off Assumption.
Yeah, I'd still like to see what we talked about, Chris. I'd like to see Stamper more and more off that high screen on the top. Right now she's just passing and going away, and they're running the weave out of the offense. I think they would really gain a lot if they would clear out a little bit far and let her work.
Cardinal ball in half court. Here comes T. Yeast at the foul line. Yeast trying to badger and blow by Layla Powell. And a whistle and a foul far sideline on Assumption. Be the third foul on the Rockets in this second period, and they're going to bring back Saray Palmer as Jada Allen will shuttle out with her first foul. And Kennedy Stamper into forecourt as we slide under 5 minutes in this first half. Kennedy Stamper, top of the key, Near sideline, Kylie Chestnut. There's the post entry. And the shot by Strode is long. Backside GRC rebound and a block again by Powell. And the Rockets with the loose ball is Palmer. A fender bender coming up the floor. She's tailgated and a foul on George Rogers Clark.
Yeah, big save by Assumption that time. They gave up the second shot, but Powell stepped in and got that big block. Her timing is very, very good on blocking shots. So she saved Assumption.
First foul this quarter on the Cardinals as Assumption will possess in half court. It's Ashlyn James. Leading scorer in the game with 9 points, 9 of Assumption's 15. James utilizes a screen, elbow jumper, long. And the rebound collected by Jylen Edmondson of George Rogers Clark. Underneath, Jylen Edmondson has it stolen away. Layla Powell again with the turnover as Assumption brings it across.
Yeah, Edmondson either need to go up or pull up sooner. Way too deep on that play.
So Ray Palmer will have it up top. Layla Powell playing a great game defensively for Assumption. Palmer trying to squeeze in the lane. Feeds Powell, and the shot is off, but the George Rogers Clark foul.
Yeah, I'd like to see GRC do the same thing that Assumption just did. High flat screen, do it for Stamper, let Stamper drive, get into the paint and dish. That's exactly what Palmer did.
So Layla Powell for a couple of free throws. 67% foul shooter on the campaign, and she's going to shoot into the teeth of the GRC students. Free throw is in. Great representation from the Cardinal student body to our far right. They've got to go some 18 or 20 rows deep.
Yeah, great fan support. Looking across from us, it's pretty much red. I'm sure behind us is all Assumption, but the student body side for GRC is special.
Free throw rims around and out, and the Cardinals snatch the rebound. Assumption by 4. Yeast attacking, initiates contact, and another Assumption foul. That's Ava Moore, so now you've got 4 Rocket fouls. This in the act of shooting. As T. Yeast, 1,900 plus career points, will shoot 2. First one is in.
But we'll see if GRC takes advantage of this. You know, there's 3 minutes, almost 4 minutes to go. If they could get another foul on Assumption, they're going to be shooting 2 the rest of this quarter. Could make a big difference.
And the second one up and in. 2-point Rockets lead. And now the Cardinals going to pick up at half court. There's Anaya Chestnut. And Shano Saray Palmer. And Palmer trying to get low as she inches to the right. Now Palmer a crossover. And Chestnut right in her business. Palmer inside the lane. Angled the layup in.
Just can't let her go right, Chris. I mean, she just set her player up and went right with the strong right hand. You got to take that away from her.
Here's a steal, Kylie Moore. And it's poked out of bounds off of George Rogers Clark. Possession Assumption in the half court. There's Ashlyn James getting up off the bench, and she will check back in with 3:18 in this first half. As Ava Moore shuttles out. And James will field the belt high pass to restart the offense on that big, bold UK logo. James around the corner, now idle near baseline. Funneled back to Saray Palmer as we tiptoe under 3 minutes and a half. Jada Allen working opposite Kennedy Stamper as Allen with a stride. Now Allen threw it away. Tried to find James up top. It's stolen away by Jylen Edmondson. Back to Yeast. Yeast missed the layup, and Assumption has it as Ashlyn James in transition, and she's fouled by GRC's T. Yeast. And that's going to take us to immediate timeout. It's going to be Assumption ball from the side with 2:39 first half. Assumption 18, George Rogers Clark 14. And Mark and I have more from Lexington in just a moment on Glycod.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. located in Jeff and Madison.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Assumption by 4, 2:39.5, and we'll resume our coverage of the girls' Sweet 16 in just a moment. You're listening to Glycod.
A Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
.239 to play, and what is a 4-point Assumption lead over GRC. Assumption has led throughout. Cardinals, too many turnovers to take this lead.
Yeah, some key turnovers has happened and some odd matchups has happened. I actually like a matchup that the GRC has. They have Anaya Chestnut on Palmer. She just needs to sit on Palmer's right hand, though, and make her go left. I think that would help the deal out when Palmer's in the game.
And Palmer is in the game. It will be Assumption basketball just to the left of the GRC bench as Coach Graham to our right. Standing up, taking a look. And Rocket basketball and a near turnover. The pass fielded by Jada Allen underneath. The shot is off and a foul on GRC as Assumption dodging a bullet there. Kylie Moore tracked down that rebound and took it up and drew a foul.
Yeah, that loose ball needed to be picked up by GRC, and it was. And once Assumption picked it up, they were able to get the foul call.
Fourth team Assumption free throw attempt, and the free throw is in for Kylie Moore. 19-14 Rockets.
Yeah, she shoots the ball so well from the free throw line. Such a benefit for a team.
Yeah, you've got the Moore sisters, Ava at 88%, and then Kylie at 77%. Yeah. Top two Assumption from the foul line, and both of those are swished.
Well, I don't know who taught them how to shoot, but both of them had beautiful follow-throughs.
Assumption by 6 with 2:25 now in this first half. Cardinal basketball near sideline. It's Annette Miller, the senior. She'll find Kennedy Stamper, and they need to get her going. Stamper, the leading scorer.
Well, they're just running an offense. They're running a set, so she's just playing through the set. Like I said earlier, I'd like to see her play off of a screen and clear out a little bit far.
And Stamper threw it away, intercepted by Kylie Moore. She tried to enter the post, and it's stolen away, and a shot underneath, and an Assumption free throw opportunity as GRC fouling Kylie Moore. She took it strong to the basket.
Yeah, she did. Great court vision to see her. She ran the court extremely well and came in on that weak side, and nobody even knew she was there. Made a beautiful pass to her. Got her to the free throw line.
So Kylie Moore, 2 more, and none of the 3, I believe, have touched the rim. No. A touchdown lead for the Rockets. As Kylie Moore will steer another one up. And that one short. And the Cardinals able to dig out the rebound. Annette Miller across the timeline now to Anaya Chestnut. And Chestnut being badgered by Kylie Moore. Far sideline. It's Jaylee Goodwin on the floor, just checked in the game, and an Assumption foul.
Should be number 5, Chris. They should be shooting free throws. I thought they might try to attack the basket a little bit better, a little bit more, so they could get to the line a little bit earlier, but that just hasn't came to fruition.
It will be the 5th Assumption foul, so 2 free throws for Elijah Strode. 5'9", eighth grader Strode, the leading scorer thus far for GRC with 6 points. And the free throw high arcing, but well short.
Quite a bit of time on that free throw, a little bit quicker.
Ava Moore back in as Assumption judicious with their subs. Layla Powell is checked out. Rockets have only played 6 thus far. And one more free throw on the way for Elijah Strode. And this one, high arcer, but in. So a 6-point Rockets lead.
2-2-1 press on the free throw make.
Ashlyn James.
Need to do a better job of covering middle, though, or we'll get beat.
Jada Allen into front court. Underneath Moore. Moore shot short. She nearly steered that in. And GRC with a rebound as Chestnut paces into front court. And Chestnut on the drive. Annette Miller near baseline in front of the Assumption bench. Now up top, Anaya Chestnut heaves a three. Well short, barely glanced off the rim, and Assumption collects the rebound. Here comes Ashlyn James. James spins in the lane. Now Palmer attacking foul line. Back to James. Belled high pass, and Ashlyn will have it top of the key with under a minute now as James heaves a long three, and it's going to knock out of bounds off of Assumption's Kylie Moore. So George Rogers Clark possession with 53 seconds in the first half. Kennedy Stamper back in for the Cardinals as Jaylee Goodwin's stint was brief off the bench.
Yeah, you got the Rockets picking up full court man. I'm sure it's token. I'm sure they're going to fall back. I doubt they'll trap, but a good idea trying to run low clock.
And T. East will inbound, and she'll find Kylie Chestnut as Chestnut trying to bring it across, and she'll hand to the quarterback, Kennedy Stamper, and Stamper into front court. And the balance of this first half. Kylie Chestnut up top. Now Elijah Strode and poked away, but Strode able to lasso the loose ball, and this time Palmer in the passing lane, and finally Kennedy Stamper has it for GRC. And Stamper into front court with 24 seconds. Stamper left hand layup is in.
Yeah, Chris, that needs to happen more often. She needs the ball up on top. Bearing her in the corners is not helping them a whole lot.
Stamper's first field goal and an Assumption travel coming up the floor with 14 seconds in the first half. So George Rogers Clark trying to end the half with momentum. They'll have perhaps the final possession. Trailing by 4, Stamper. Far sideline, going to set it up there. Palmer guarding her. Now Stamper under 5. Stamper elbow jumper in. And that's going to take us to half as Stamper back-to-back field goals. And we've got a 2-point game.
Well, as we talked about, Stamper needs the ball in her hands, and she needs them to get out of her way, basically, bottom line. Clear out far, set a high screen if you even want it, let her deny or not deny, and let her play. You know, running through that consistent offense over and over and over again, planting her on a corner or on a wing is not really helping them a whole lot.
Kennedy Stamper, 4 points, connecting on GRC's last 2 field goals, and we've got a tight one at the half. Assumption leading George Rogers Clark 21-19. Back with more from Rupp Arena after this pause on Glycod.
A Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer. Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Oldham County today. Welcome to Holy Smokes Barbecue.
At Holy Smokes Barbecue, our pit masters smoke up mouth-watering ribs, chicken, brisket, mutton, and more. From sandwiches to full dinners, with a complete list of sides and desserts. Holy Smokes Barbecue. Just tell them that the man in the big white hat sent you.
Order up! How's the pork chop taste?
It's pretty good. It's the best one I've ever had.
Holy Smokes Barbecue! Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you.
When you want the right agents for your real estate needs, choose the Van Treese team with True Blood Real Estate. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura Protenick Van Treese combine local knowledge, dedication, and results to help you buy or sell with confidence. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463. Because no other real estate team quite measures up when you experience the True Blood advantage.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Tinsley Family Concessions, a tradition of corporate excellence and community service. For more, visit tfcfamily.com.
A very competitive first half, as we thought it might be. Assumption leads GRC by 2. This is shaping up to be a very narrow game for the next couple of quarters.
Well, absolutely, Chris. Once again, I know I sound like a broken record, but when you have a great player like Stamper and she's not being stopped, you get out of her way and you let her play. And I think that's what GRC is going to have to do because, you know, this Rocket team, they're going to be aggressive. James is going to get to the basket. Palmer's going to get to the basket. And for me, GRC can't just run an offense over and over and over. They need to get to the basket also, and Stamper's the answer.
Take a look at your halftime numbers presented by German American Bank. They've served communities since 1910, both teams shooting very comparably in the low 40s. And, Mark, neither team has made a three-point field goal yet.
No, they really haven't, but we both seen both teams play. They really crowd the three-point line and really force you to put it on the floor. And what they both do well is they pretty much stay in front of you. But once again, if they're going to crowd that three-point line, they're going to give up the drive if you're strong enough with the basketball.
And GRC +3 on the backboard. And in the second quarter, the Cardinals took much better care of the basketball. One of the reasons they're back within 2 points.
Well, yeah, they took care of the basketball. They got to the rim like we talked about. And they won that quarter 11-6. You know, it's going to be a tough game all the way down the line, but like I said, you got to have the ball in the right people's hands. I mean, there's a reason why people are better and so on and so forth. So give it to your best players if you want to win a state championship and see what they can do.
Looking at the plus-minus, and this is not something that I normally look at. I think you might as an ex-coach. But Layla Powell just visually has stood out in this game defensively. And she is by far the most favorable plus-minus with 7, and that's because of all the defensive plays.
Absolutely so. Well, yeah, we deal with that in our statistics. It's always about plus-minus, and it's a whole game. It's a good stat to have. It's pretty much tells you what's going on. You know, if you have a player that comes in and scores 6 points and they give up 12, they don't have a very good plus-minus rating, and I think you always have to think a little bit about that. Powell just does a good job of blocking shots, being around the rim, getting stopped, and getting extra shots for her team.
Elijah Strode leading GRC in scoring there, you see, with 7 points. With Stamper's last couple of field goals, she has 4, as does T. Yeast and Anaya Chestnut. And pacing all scorers, Ashlyn James with 9, and she got to 7 very quickly in this game.
Yeah, she came out like I thought she would come out. I just had a feeling about her today. You know, we've been talking about she came out. I wouldn't say she's had bad starts, but I would say they were not spectacular starts. I thought today she set the tone early, but you know, once again, they kind of went away from that, and she's a very unselfish player, and sometimes I think she takes herself out of some things. Once again, top players need to have the balls in their hands, especially against these two teams with the way they play their defense. You have to attack that defense. You have to break it down. If you break it down, you get easy shots. If you break it down, you get foul calls. You just have to break it down.
Assumption is led throughout, and they lead now 21-19. More coverage coming up from Rupp Arena at Central Bank Center. It's the girls' Sweet 16 championship, and it's on Glycod.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a side of ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
This is the mower that cut the lawn, that became the place their kids grew up. The legendary Exmark Laser Z is the zero-turn mower more landscape pros trust. For cut quality, comfort, and reliability. Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life. Visit your local dealer or explore the Exmark Laser Z online for special finance offers, available now.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Assumption by 2 at the half, 21-19. Mark, while we have a moment, let's talk about maybe some of the observations that you've seen at other games here, this experience at the girls' Sweet 16 this week. What stood out for you?
I think really the Frederick Douglass team stood out for me as far as a team that could get up and down the court and make things happen. They just ran into a good assumption team. I think the one moment though that stood out the most to me the entire week was the way the Assumption came out in their first ball game. I was just amazed at how they were calm. They looked like a professional team out there, and they've never been here before. I thought the moment would be really big for them. But I was really, really impressed with that. They were fun to watch because they were having a good time. And they were having a good time before they had a big lead. A little tighter the second game against Frederick Douglass. But still, I think that was probably the bigger shocker. Today I was really impressed with GRC, the way they came out. And they really, really, really did hit Simon Kitten in the mouth early, overwhelmed him with their defense, and that was never a game, and I expected a little bit different from that, but you got to give the GRC team a lot of credit. I didn't really realize the youth on that team, and I know kind of keep talking about Stamper. But they have a lot of youth on this team that are playing key roles, and they're not as strong as some of these Assumption kids. They're a little bit older, a little bit more physical, a little bit stronger. So Stamper is made for this. So I keep saying, keep going to the well, keep going to the well, keep going to the well. So that's kind of what I've seen, Chris. Plus, I've liked the crowds overall. We had one slow crowd one time, but overall it's been a pretty good attended event.
It sure does. We still got 3:30 before the resumption of the second half. The GRC kids have been out for a couple of minutes shooting. Assumption still back in the locker room. What's Coach C's message to her team before they take the floor?
Keep on doing what they're doing. Keep GRC off the rebounds. I mean, they need to take away the second shot. Continue to attack is a big motion or message, and continue to know where Stamper and the shooters are of GRC. You fall asleep, somebody hits a couple threes on you, all of a sudden this can flip really quick. So I'd say her message is her defense, her rebounding, know where the shooters are, and continue to attack on the offensive end.
Should be a great second half. 21-19 Assumption over George Rogers Clark. Second half coming up next on Glycod.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Red Ball Recycling is Southern Indiana's #1 recycling choice for a reason. We offer top dollar for all scrap metal. We can buy steel, copper, aluminum, brass, junk cars, and more. Call or stop by Red Ball Recycling and turn your scrap metal into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
This is the mower that cut the lawn, that became the Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life. Visit your local dealer or explore the Exmark Laser Z online for special finance offers, available now.
Prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank. Building our community together.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Assumption basketball to start this second half. Rockets in George Rogers Clark to decide the 2026 Girls Sweet 16 State Championship. And the Rockets will have possession as Ashlyn James paces into front court. Now James weaves it around to Layla Powell. Powell, a little runner in the lane, left that long, got the rebound. It's off. Powell again, puts it in.
Great play by Powell. Stay with the back rebounds, that putback. GRC needs to put body on somebody. They can't give up 2 and 3 shots right off the bat.
There's a pass underneath, and GRC with a basket with the answer.
Well, perfect pass off of a tight pick and roll. Not really sure how she made that pass. 2-2-1 press. Once again, I'm not really fond of it because they're not taking away the middle.
Across the timeline, GRC amping up the pressure. T. East with a steal, and Chestnut has tied the game. And the Cardinals, once down 7, have tied the game as Palmer sends it across the timeline. Ava Moore. Now Moore cut off. There's the pass, Jada Allen. A three from Ashlyn James from the wing is off, but the rebound secured by Layla Powell. Finds Jada Allen, now Woven. Up top, nice weave by Assumption as Ava Moore penetrates the lane. Now pauses far baseline. Here comes Jada Allen for the handoff.
Excellent defense by GRC at this point in time on the weave. They get toward the rim in the weave that they run. I really don't like weave unless you turn your shoulders and attack the basket. But right now they do that pretty well. But defense so far has been sturdy for the GRC team.
Ashlyn James up top, Ava Moore, a three well off the mark from the left. And the Cardinals with a rebound and a basket here would give them their first lead of the game. Here's Kennedy Stamper attacking, foul line jumper, left that short. Strode with the rebound and puts it in. And the Cardinals with the lead. And Assumption wants a timeout.
Yeah, Stamper attacking them, creating no weak side help, and that was an easy weak side board by the GRC team.
A full timeout for Assumption. We're back in 60 seconds, and you're listening to the Girls Sweet 16 from Glycod.
A Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service and the knowledge and experience for the project or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 male graduate and basketball star Hensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
GRC with their first lead of the game. Marks, what's changed here to start this second half?
Well, it's all about energy and Stamper is what it is. I mean, that time I was talking about their 2-2-1 press. They weren't covering middle well with their first level. They're cheating up with their second level to take away the middle, which that last time created a turnover against their 2-2-1 press. So that was an adjustment that Coach made. You got to be careful doing that, but they had to do something because running that 2-2-1 press, giving up middle, kills you every time. So they did make an adjustment, give Robbie a lot of credit, and that created a turnover. But it's Stamper being aggressive, bottom line.
And possession, Assumption out of the timeout. The Rockets once led by 7.
Yeah, if you watch here, Chris, these two guards will try to cover middle, but they'll cheat up and take it away also. And when they do that, it gives them a better opportunity.
So Ray Palmer will field the inbound pass, and now Palmer patiently across the timeline. It's funneled over to Jada Allen near corner, and the Rockets break the press. Ashlyn James attacking, pauses, far sideline. Now Saray Palmer will have it. Palmer on the dribble drive. In the lane with the left, it horseshoed out. Ava Moore out for Assumption. In the corner, that's Jada Allen. And Kennedy Stamper called for a Cardinals foul.
Yeah, another big second shot by the Rockets. And once again, GRC's got to give them only one shot, and right now they're getting 2 and 3. So give the Rockets credit. They're hitting the offensive boards hard right now.
And Assumption will inbound as Jada Allen finds Ashlyn James. Layla Powell will handle it. She's got 5 rebounds today, leading Assumption on the backboards.
Great job with her body. Good nose for the basketball.
Palmer trying to squeeze in the lane, floats it up short with a left hand, and GRC with a rebound. Kennedy Stamper with the outlet. Stamper from 15, and she's got another. Assumption running to hurry. Driving James, lays it in.
Great play by James.
And here comes GRC the other way as both teams exchange baskets. Kennedy Stamper, far corner in front of the GRC bench as Coach Graham stares on. Signaling his players for more movement. And now the handoff up top to Anaya Chestnut. Chestnut around a hard screen from Strode. There's Kylie Chestnut in the corner. The entry to Strode, spins to her left, and it rims in.
Yeah, great going over that right shoulder. That was impressive. Played tall, right over the right shoulder. Most kids go to their left shoulder because they're right-handed.
GRC by 4, and another steal. Things starting to slip away as the Cardinals ramp it up. Anaya Chestnut pauses far corner. Here's T. East, skip pass. A left wing three is going to be well short from Kylie Chestnut, but the putback goes.
Yeah. Nobody on them. Something's kind of losing their way right now. They're losing their assignments defensively.
Ava Moore driving, and Moore through contact will hang on to it for Assumption.
Coach Kovatch might want to use a timeout just to settle them.
There's Ashlyn James from the elbow, swish.
Yeah, beautiful little fade pull-up.
James with 4 quick points for Assumption, and they're down 4. With just over 3 minutes in this third, as Anaya Chestnut will possess the ball up top. Now Chestnut to her spot. Finds T. East. Up top, it's Kylie Chestnut. Nearing the 3-minute mark of this third quarter. Anaya Chestnut evading Powell. There's Kennedy Stamper coming to meet the pass at the free throw line.
That clear for Stamper, let her go.
And Stamper trying to evade Palmer, spins to her right. And the handoff to Kylie Chestnut. There's a left wing three, Anaya Chestnut. It's off, but Stamper snuck in and got the rebound. And Stamper, an alert play, she'll heave it up and draw an Assumption foul.
Great play by Stamper, getting underneath. Who's the player? We're seeing the stars come out now, though. We're seeing the Stamper and James show.
Immediate timeout, and it's a big break. And GRC enjoying a 4-point lead. 2:39 to play in the third. More coverage from Lexington in just a moment on Glycod.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in. Like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut. And the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
GRC by 4 with 2:39 in this third quarter. We apologize for some of our network issues. Media Row is jam-packed for this game, and we think that may be one of the issues why the stream is not acting as it normally would. But for Assumption, things starting to slip away, but then Ashlyn James makes those 2 big plays, and they're back within 4 points.
Yeah, she's a game changer. We know that. I really do believe it's going to come down to the 2 stars. Who has the best game here in the end of the game? I think it's going to be between James and Stamper. And like I said, sometimes simple's better. Simple to me is make sure that your best players have the ball where they can score it.
And Stamper only at 5'5", but the instincts to sneak under there and get that offensive rebound.
She's strong, she's quick, she's smart. She's got all the attributes of a great player. She can shoot it. I mean, she has a mid-range game. She can knock down the 3. She's a very gifted young lady that has a real tenaciousness about her.
Stamper will have 2. She may be one of the favorites, perhaps, for Miss Basketball next season.
I could very well see that. I don't know who out there is better, but I'm sure there's some other pretty good.
Sure, in the junior class. We've seen so many great players at this year's Sweet 16, and Stamper one of them, and Kennedy Stamper will have 2. 82% free throw shooter, and the first one is in.
Well, something we haven't mentioned, Chris, this game's been extremely well officiated. I mean, extremely well officiated by the three guys.
And Stamper steers them both in. So the lead at 6. The Cardinals' longest lead as Assumption Trying to bring it across against this pressure, and they do as Palmer fields it on the run. Great pass, Ava Moore, and Moore collects, applies the break. James, swing past Palmer. Skip pass to the near sideline. It's Jada Allen, and Assumption will recycle.
Yeah, great recovery by GRC. I couldn't believe they got to that block quick enough to force an outside pass.
As Allen on the bounce, traipsing far sideline. It's Ashlyn James reversing course. Palmer in the corner has a seam on Stamper, and Palmer snuck it in.
Great play by Palmer. Stamper came out high, overplayed her, and she used that left hand and blew right by her for the layup.
Palmer, her 4th point, comes at an opportune time for Assumption. With 1:51 in the 3rd quarter, and the Cardinals by 4. Both teams looking for their first ever state championship. As Stamper will put it on the deck. Kylie Moore, all that length, trying to badger and bother Zero of Stamper. And Stamper swirls to the left, foul line jumper, well off to the left. Good defense, Assumption, and they've got it. There's Palmer, it's 1-on-2. Palmer accelerates, and it's knocked out off of a closing GRC player. Assumption basketball underneath.
Great transition defense by GRC. That was a for sure by Stamper. They caught up with her and touched the ball out of bounds.
Ashlyn James to float it in play. Finds Palmer, and Palmer losing her momentum out of bounds. Threw it back in play and stolen by the Cardinals. It's Kennedy Stamper. And Stamper, one-hand pass in the corner. Annette Miller that's checked in, and now Stamper has it far left sideline with just over a minute in the 3rd. T. Yeast to corner 3, that's off, and the rebound, Kylie Moore of Assumption.
A big shot. I saw her make a couple this morning, but so far 3 points have not been easy for any of these teams.
Here's Saray Palmer up top, both teams playing well beneath their season norms offensively. You can credit that to great defense. And Palmer studying the clock. It reads 37 seconds. Palmer a long 2, top of the key. Got the roll. GRC by 2, and now the Rockets pick up with the full court pressure. Edmondson across the timeline, evading the back tap. In the corner, Miller. Back to Edmondson. Kennedy Stamper up top. Stamper in the lane. Kylie Chestnut stolen away. Outlet pass. Saray Palmer. An Assumption has tied the game. With 3 seconds left, and that's going to close the 3rd. Kylie Moore with the steal and float ahead, and Palmer has tied the game at 33. The 4th quarter coming up next to decide the state championship on Glycod.
A Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
"24 minutes of tie basketball as we welcome you back. Assumption, George Rogers Clark, dead even mark at 33.
Yeah, you know, Coach Forrest talks about games of run all the time. We've not seen a whole lot of runs to this game. We've seen a couple where the quick 4 points here and then a reaction and quick 4 points there. It's been a great one, actually.
Well, his rule is the first to 60. Might want to deduce to first to 40 tonight. Tied at 33.
First to probably 45, yeah.
With 8 minutes left. Been a great game. Thanks so much for joining us tonight on Glycod, and thank you to Assumption for enabling us, Glycod, the opportunity to provide this stream for you this week. It's been a real treat. And GRC possession to begin the fourth as Stamper finds Anaya Chestnut up top. Elbow jumper is off the mark from Kylie Chestnut. Loose on the floor, and Stamper scarfs it up for George Rogers Clark. And GRC will reload. There's T. Yeast, and she's been relatively quiet tonight. Double-figure score, only with 4.
Yeah, defense has been stiff.
Yeast at the elbow. Belt high pass to Anaya Chestnut. Now Chestnut to Yeast at the foul line. And Yeast backpedaling, and they'll start the offense all over.
Once again, I see ball in Stamper's hands on the top.
And Stamper up top being shadowed by Kylie Moore with all that length. Nearly a minute has elapsed on this possession for George Rogers Clark. Yeast at the foul line inside that zone. 14-footer is off, got her own rebound, and powered it in.
Yeah, not a body on her. Big offensive rebound.
Big trip for Assumption, and Yeast deflecting that pass, and Yeast lays it in, and she's got 2 quick field goals.
Yeah, what a great play. Got thin in the lane and tipped the ball to herself. Great play. 2-2-1 press.
Here comes James into front court as Ava Moore being badgered far corner. Underneath, Jada Allen muscles up the shot, hit the side of the backboard. Cardinal basketball. Here comes Anaya Chestnut. And Chestnut handing it back to Kylie Chestnut. That 3 is short. Yeast attacking the backboard, and another opportunity for the Cardinals as Stamper out with it. Kylie Chestnut drives to the left. That shot is off, and finally Assumption gets the rebound.
Yeah,
it's
multiple
Kylie Moore.
Opportunities.
Jada Allen driving to the basket, and Allen missed the layup through contact, and here comes GRC again as Stamper exhaling as she veers in the corner.
We got a pace, Chris. There's no doubt about it. They're up and down the court.
5:48 left in the fourth. The Cardinals with 4 quick points to start this fourth quarter. Anaya Chestnut up top. Now T. Yeast. There's the entry underneath. Strode off the mark. Got her own rebound, though. T. Yeast up top as Yeast splits the double team. On the run. Put it in.
Beautiful shot.
And an Assumption timeout. Just when we said Yeast was well beneath her average, she's got 6 quick points.
Yeah, she's another very good one with a lot of experience out there.
We had an Assumption timeout, and do we have a foul call as well? I'm not sure. So it's an Assumption timeout. We're going to get things remedied here in just a moment. You got a Cardinal conversation between Robbie and one of the officials.
I think it's more about a celebration than anything else, and maybe leaving the ball on when it goes through the net.
So 39-33 GRC by 6. We're back to Lexington right after this timeout on Glycod.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in. Like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
The Cardinals with all 6 points in this fourth quarter, and they now lead 39-33 as Assumption calling timeout.
But what you're missing, Chris, you're missing Ashlyn James. You know, I think they've sort of forgot about her out there got to remember she's her teammate. I don't think it's selfishness or anything like that. I think it's overexcitement and some forced drives. So they're kind of they're kind of watching more than anything else. But she needs to have the ball in her hands too, son.
A big possession for Assumption here as GRC has really attacked the offensive backboards.
Yes,
and that's been one key in this comeback.
Well, yes, they have. Their energy is greater than Assumption right now. We'll see how they can hold out. But, I mean, they're just really, really getting to the 50-50 balls.
Ashlyn James going to inbound, and Saray Palmer will field it for Assumption as Palmer into front court. Back to James attacking, and Stamper getting a hand on that, causing a turnover.
Switch the presses up. We're in a 2-1-2, and James kind of forgot she needs to go side to side on her dribble and got back tipped.
There's Stamper up top. The Stamper trying to evade Layla Powell. Stamper applying the break. Under 5 minutes now. Anaya Chestnut up top. GRC was in this similar position last year. Can they finally win a state championship? There's a pass in the corner, Anaya Chestnut.
Well, you got an odd matchup. You got Palmer on. Palmer's been on the post player down there. You know, where Palmer's been best is when she's up on the ball.
There's T. East, and again, a lot of time elapsing on this end of the floor for the Cardinals.
Yeah, they got to keep looking to score, though. They can't get satisfied with that because once you stop being the aggressor,
Anaya Chestnut driving, swirls in the lane, off the mark, and an Assumption rebound.
Yeah, excellent block out that time by Jada Allen. Get that weak side board.
Rockets in half court. Saray Palmer on the tote. Under 4 minutes now remaining.
Good matchup.
Anaya Chestnut shadowing Palmer. Now in the hands near sideline, Jada Allen. Allen with the crease. Shot on the run. Off. Follow up and in for Layla Powell.
Yeah, that time Strode got caught sleeping, did get that weak side board and paid the price.
Assumption their first field goal in this fourth. And the Cardinals lead 39-35. Kennedy Stamper far sideline for GRC. Stamper trying to evade Layla Powell. Stamper far sideline. It's funneled to Kylie Chestnut. Entry, Strode gathers and puts it in.
See, that's what I'm talking about, though, Chris. You have Palmer down there trying to guard a 6 foot something, and
got a foul coming up the floor, and George Rogers-Clark. It's on Elijah Strode as she'll bump Ashlyn James.
Yeah, I'd take that mismatch all day long. I'm not so sure why we're getting guards caught down underneath. I don't think it was a switch either. I think it was a natural matchup.
Kylie Moore is checking in for Assumption as Ashlyn James will inbound at side court. With 3:09 remaining. Every possession critical for the Rockets now. Saray Palmer on the bounce, and Assumption yet to make a three. That would be significant at some point. Palmer drives with the left. Shot rattles off and out of bounds to the Cardinals.
Yeah, good job by Anaya Chestnut that time. She's doing a great job on Palmer. Made her go left. Palmer's good with her left, but wasn't able to finish.
It'll be GRC basketball. The crowd to our right and across can sense it, but still 2:57 left, and you're listening to the Girls Sweet 16 on Glycod.
A Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
GRC by 6. They will have possession, and Assumption very calm in their huddle to our left.
Yeah, Coach does a good job of keeping them calm. You know, I'm kind of wondering where the full court pressure will come. I know that I think it's going to happen soon for the Rockets. I think they're going to need to put a little bit of pressure. But boy, you take a big chance because this GRC team has a lot of guards.
And the formula is just so successful. The Cardinals, they play great defense, only give up 38 a night, and then they shoot free throws so well at above 70%.
The ball's in the right people's hands, and they do shoot free throws, and that's how you win your championship. Here comes the pressure that we talked about from the Assumption Rockets. They're going to pick up man with off the ball, so they're just going straight man. We'll see if they try to trap out of it. They did this the other night, and it won the ball game for them against Frederick Douglass. But no, it's only token man. They're falling out.
Nia Chestnut into forecourt, being shadowed by Kylie Moore of Assumption. Kennedy Stamper will handle it up top now. Stamper weaving it around. Nia Chestnut. There's the entry. Strode catches, and she has fouled. A hard foul to negate the basket by Assumption's Kylie Moore.
Fantastic job for GRC, swinging the ball from left to right and hitting that post player wide open, not even close.
Robbie Graham to our right, having some conversation with his assistants as he paces up and down. And Elijah Strode for 2 GRC free throws. First one is long, so that'll keep it at a 2-possession game. And Strode.
He's only a 54% free throw shooter, so if you're Assumption, that's who you want at the line.
Second free throw up, and that one's short as well, and Assumption's Ashlyn James brings down the rebound.
This time of the game, you got to knock them down, so you got to know who's getting the ball.
There's James through contact. A 3 up top. It's going to be short from Ava Moore. Layla Powell gets the rebound. Now Ashlyn James from the baseline missed that, but Powell again to the rescue, and an Assumption rebound, and stolen away T. Yeast. A burst of speed, and she'll put it in.
Wow. What an awesome play by that young lady. And to slide back in and finish with her left.
Assumption up against it now, down 8 with under 2 to play. Ava Moore attacking, and she is fouled by Strode with 1:55 remaining. And we talked about Yeast entering this fourth quarter with only 2 points. Well, you look up now, and she has 12.
Yeah, she's quite the athlete, quite the ball player, and a lightning first step.
Ava Moore for 2 Assumption free throws. The first one is in. The lead at 7.
88% free throw shooter. She's pretty much dead on.
And the announcer jinx is in store as she missed the second one. GRC with a rebound. 7-point advantage as they look for their first ever state championship, and they threw it away uncharacteristically. It's out of bounds. Kennedy Stamper could not hang on to that hot tamale.
Yeah, that's the kind of turnover they did against Sacred Heart last year that started the ball rolling in the wrong direction. That was a big, big turnover with a 7-point lead. They could have at least ran another 40-some seconds off the clock.
A must score here for Assumption, down 7. James attacks and lays it in. And Assumption going to call timeout. Let's keep things here, Mark. 1:36 left, and the lead is 5.
Yeah, too easy for James. Too easy. They need to get up on that right hand and at least make her go left with the ball.
It's a full timeout. We'd like to thank you for all of your support this season and invite you to subscribe to Glycod's growing free-to-watch high school athletics platform. You can track us down on YouTube as Glycod strives to provide the most positive production of high school sports. And for GRC, they just need to take care of the ball.
Yeah. You know, sometimes those games way back when get in your head and start haunting you at this point in time. Yeah, they definitely need to just keep on keeping on and keep attacking. Can't get careless. really they had a 7-point lead with the ball and the opportunity to push it up. That's just a turnover you can't have.
And Assumption with only one foul, so that could be to their disadvantage here.
It very well could be, but, once again, I'd have the ball in Ashlyn James's hands right now if I were Assumption. Every opportunity I had, because she could create for everybody else and she can get to the rim. So far, Palmer's been guarded really, really well by Anaya Chestnut.
Defensively, can Assumption do anything pressure-wise to
Well, they showed a little bit of a 1-2-2 before and a 2-2-1. Other than that, I don't know of anything else they can really do. They're playing quality defense with the exception of what they did the other day. They had a free player that completely played off of anybody and ran and jumped and trapped, and that's what beat Frederick Douglass.
Interesting, a piece of information. Coach C just got a tap on the shoulder from one of her assistants, and I read the lips 22. And that's GRC's Elijah Strode. That has to mean they want to foul her because she's their worst foul shooter.
Absolutely. She's a turnover when she goes inside and they go inside to her and she misses free throws like she did the last trip down. This is a moment for GRC, though. This is a moment that last year they gave it away.
1:36 to play. GRC will inbound length of the floor. It's thrown in play to Anaya Chestnut, and Chestnut trying to evade more. She comes into front court, and there she does. She crosses the timeline.
It's her job of centering the ball.
There's Kylie Chestnut and an Assumption foul with 1:22 in the fourth. Only their second foul.
Yeah, but what you'd like to see them do is foul going for the ball. I mean, really, really, really take a chance and get out in those lanes and get a steal. Don't just foul. Make it just be very, very aggressive and physical.
There's the inbound to Yeast. She's been the difference in this fourth quarter. Chestnut drives baseline, heaves up an errant shot, and is bailed out by a foul on Assumption.
Really a bad decision, but got bailed out, Chestnut did. With the lead in the clock that time, that was not a good decision.
So Anaya Chestnut, the senior, for 2 free throws. She shoots them at 63%. And the first one is up and in.
Look pretty, look better than a 63%. They really needed that, GRC did. They were a little unsteady for a few minutes.
And the second free throw forthcoming for Chestnut. And she got the roll. That was a big one there.
Absolutely.
The lead at 7 as Assumption will inbound. 1:18 left. Ashlyn James with possession. James into front court. Palmer will handle it left wing. And Palmer finds James. James a crease baseline. Ava Moore, a corner 3 off. Backside rebound. Layla Powell of Assumption held ball. And the arrow in favor of the Rockets with 1:01 remaining.
Yeah, Chris, if I were GRC, I'd stick with their 2-2-1 press. I'd make Assumption work the ball a little bit to get it down. So far, they've not broke it to score on it, so it would buy some time and would help GRC out a little bit, I think, the next opportunity they get.
Rockets inbound under a minute now. Down 7 as Ashlyn James hoist a deep 3. No. Rebound Rockets. That shot is up and off and short from Kylie Moore, and GRC with the rebound. Kennedy Stamper with 46 seconds remaining. Fourth quarter, and GRC, they've waited 12 full months to get another opportunity, and it appears they're finally going to get their state championship.
Yeah, they responded way different than last year.
Chestnut up top now, Kennedy Stamper. And Stamper just so difficult to take the ball from, and now she'll be fouled again.
Yeah,
with 31 seconds remaining.
That's why you need a great point guard. Guards can completely control tempo and everything else, and like we talked through this broadcast, she needed the ball in her hands as much as possible, and in the second half, by gosh, she had it in her hands.
And you go back to those 2 late field goals by her in the first half, as the free throw for Stamper is in. She'll have one more. The Cardinals by 8. And Stamper again. Got that one. And GRC wants a timeout. Got one. And GRC wants a timeout. Coach Graham bringing the troops over. and it's a full timeout. We're back in just a moment after this timeout on Glycod.
Buying or selling a new home, and you want to do it with few hassles? Count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Your one Louisville basketball game night on Glycod.
31 seconds remaining. George Rogers Clark on the verge of their first ever state championship as they lead Assumption by 9 points. Had a fantastic season, of course. And at times they've played very well tonight, but I don't think not consistently enough against a superior team.
They missed a lot of relatively easy shots, but, all credit goes to GRC. I thought that second half, they came out loose and really, really, really attacked. It really looked like they had the confidence and believed, and they were on a mission. And I don't think that the Rockets could withstand that. And once again, you just can't control all the time who's going to have the ball, when they're going to have the ball, but, a couple different times I thought maybe James could have got the ball a little bit more, but it's tough because the defense dictates that.
So Assumption will inbound length of the floor as Ashlyn James will trigger it in play. So many of the folks directly across from us clad in red, almost to a person on their feet. They want the best glimpse they can gather of these final 31 seconds.
Well, and Robbie's in that 2-2-1 press like we talked about. It forces time off the clock.
And a foul coming up in backcourt on Chestnut. Third team Cardinals foul. And Ashlyn James will trigger it in play for the Rockets. And James back to Palmer. Now James into front court as Ashlyn drives, and they'll give her the lane, and Ashlyn James puts it in. And an Assumption 30-second out with 22 seconds remaining. That will leave the Rockets with one stop. But a 3-possession game. You see Coach Kovatch to our immediate left, and what a tremendous job she's done this season, her 3rd year. Head coach at Assumption.
She's done a fantastic job, Chris, of getting these kids ready, game in, game out. You can tell they have a lot of respect for their coach. It's always good to see that. And, congratulations to Robbie. They've knocked on the door for several years, and Clark County's always had a good program, even before Robbie. And, congratulations to them for this, providing it ends like it should end.
And GRC, this is their 4th appearance in a state championship game, 0-3 preceding. And they're going to inbound here, and it's deflected out. Nice deflection out by Saray Palmer, so it will stay with GRC under Assumption's basket. And T. East will inbound, and Kylie Chestnut will handle the pass and is fouled as Assumption with their 5th foul, and a couple of free throws at the other end for GRC.
Yeah, good adjustment by a GRC coach with the pressure release, her coming up and making the play.
Kylie Chestnut for a couple.
85% from the free throw line. That's who you want to have the ball.
Free throw is up and in. And GRC, not only the first of 45 tonight, the first of 48 with 19 seconds left. Second free throw is out, and Ava Moore with the rebound, and it's out off of Kennedy Stamper, so it's going to belong to Assumption with 19 seconds remaining. Ashlyn James rifles it in. There's the pass up to Allen, back to James, and James got the handle picked away. Kennedy Stamper out with it, and fittingly so, is Stamper going to dribble it out at 10 seconds. And a whistle and I think an Assumption foul or a double dribble. So they'll get Stamper on a double dribble. She's pleading her case. And it's going to be Assumption ball for a token inbound, and that's going to do it.
That is.
Assumption will inbound. James, a long three, top of the key. It's good. And that's the ball game, and GRC's the state champion. Jubilation to our right is all the young ladies jumping up and down on the big UK logo. And Coach C getting a huge hug from Layla Powell of Assumption. So the Cardinals state champion, and they defeat Assumption tonight 48-43. Our post-game report presented by HKC Roofing is coming up next on Glycod.
A Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Welcome to Holy Smokes Barbecue.
At Holy Smokes Barbecue, our pitmasters smoke up mouth-watering ribs, chicken, brisket, mutton, and more. From sandwiches to full dinners, with a complete list of sides and desserts. Holy Smokes Barbecue. Just tell them that the man in the big white hat sent you.
Order up! How's the pork chop taste?
It's pretty good. It's the best one I've ever had.
Holy Smokes Barbecue. Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by HKC Roofing. For your next roof repair or improvement, contact HKC at 502-212-1081 or visit roofyourhouse.com. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed.
Welcome back to Rupp Arena at Central Bank Center. George Rogers Clark claims the school's first ever state championship as they defeat Assumption. And for the Cardinals, they are the first public school since Ryle in 2019 to win a girls' state title, and the first 10th region team since Nicholas County all the way back in 1993. So congratulations to the folks from Winchester.
Yeah, absolutely. Well-deserved. You know, they paid their dues. They were awful close last year. This year they were not going to be denied. That second half was all about rebounding, all about aggressive offense, attacking the basket and rebounding in second and third shots. And I think that was a big difference maker. Plus the ability to control the ball without making turnovers, and that's a tribute to the guard play.
Assumption led by 7 after 1. They led by 2 at half, but I still go back to the end of the second quarter when Kennedy Stamper had been shut out, then got 2 big field goals to trim that 8-point deficit down to 4. Then they got 2 more, and they're only down 2 at half.
And they came out the second half, and they were even more energized. Yeah, we talked about she had to get assertive, and she needed to get assertive soon. And once she did, the whole game was a different game.
The Assumption family, tremendous outpouring of support for them. So many folks made the trek up from Louisville, and you see some disappointment from Assumption players, but I think you also see a sense of accomplishment as well.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. I saw smiles on some of their faces with big hugs and things like that. I think they just enjoyed the ride that they've had, and that's a tribute to their coach, Coach Steve.
We'll have a look at your final numbers, most outstanding players as well to come. Assumption succumbs tonight to George Rogers Clark 48-43, and we'll have more from Rupp Arena after this timeout on Glycod.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
Red Ball Recycling is Southern Indiana's #1 recycling choice for a reason. We offer top dollar for all scrap metal. We can buy steel, copper, aluminum, brass, junk cars, and more. Call or stop by Red Ball Recycling and turn your scrap metal into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
This is the mower that cut the lawn, that became the place their kids grew up. The legendary Exmark Laser Z is the zero-turn mower more landscape pros trust. For cut quality, comfort, and reliability. Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life. Visit your local dealer or explore the Exmark Laser Z online for special finance offers, available now.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Well, to our far right, the GRC end zone. They've got the ladder up there and a bevy of photographers. Mark, you've been on that ladder, snipping the nets. What's it feel like?
It's, well, honestly, for me, Chris, it was a relief. Both times I was able to do that, once as an assistant, once as a head coach. It was a relief because, you know, you want so bad for your kids to hit that mark, and when they do, it's a big, deep breath, but it's a great feeling, and then afterwards you just kind of let it all soak in.
Well, that may be some of the emotions that Coach Graham feels, the relief, because they felt like they had to get this one.
Yeah. With the team that he had coming back and the team that he has graduating, it was going to be his time. If it was going to be his time, and you know that always doesn't happen for you. Injuries get in the way, sickness gets in the way, or another team playing great and a particular night could get in the way. But I'm really happy for Robbie. You know, it's well deserved, and like I said, for me it was a relief.
Assumption being handed the runner-up trophy to our left. Time now for your final stats presented by German American Bank. They've served communities since 1910. And prior to the buzzer-beating shot, if you will, by Ashlyn James, that was the only three made in this game.
Yeah, well, both teams do a great job of guarding that three-point line, and they dare you to attack the basket. So you have to. You don't have a choice. You either attack the basket or go east to west and not have anything good happen for you. So, yeah, they both teams do a great job on the three-pointers.
GRC plus 4 rebounding, and Assumption ended up with 4 more turnovers, and GRC really cleaned up taking care of the ball in the second half.
Well, I think so. I think the difference in the game was the free throw line. I think in that second half, GRC did a great job of attacking the basket, and for the most part, they knocked down their free throws, and they were 12 of 18, which was big, whereas Assumption was only 6 of 9. That was the difference in the game.
So the Assumption folks, they will traipse back to the locker room. GRC out here, and they will snip down the nets momentarily. The leading scorers individually, Elijah Strode with 22, Ashlyn James with 20. Our most outstanding players presented by State Farm Insurance, Leslie Gilley after this timeout. George Rogers Clark is the state champion. They defeat Assumption on Glycod.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
Go ahead, pour it on, as thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham. Always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
1965 male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilley in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Tonight's most outstanding players presented by State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilley of Crestwood. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Let's start with George Rogers Clark.
Well, there were actually 2 or 3 young ladies that deserved it tonight, Chris, as far as I was concerned. But when these games are on the line and it's the end of the game, you have to have a great guard control the ball, and that is Kennedy Stamper. And I really felt like, even though she only had 10 points, I felt like her presence was the most important thing that GRC had going for them at the end. And so it's Kennedy Stamper, in my opinion.
You had T. Yeast, 12 points, and 10 points occurring in the fourth quarter. I go back to that play, that burst of energy as we described it there, intercepting that pass. That was a big play in this game.
She had back-to-back big plays. She made an inside shot, then she went down and got a steal and scored. Like I said, it could go to any one of 2 or 3 kids. I mean, Strode had a very good ball game too from the stat sheet, but definitely you can make an easy case for T to use.
And for Assumption, seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, Ashton James. Ashton James was great all year long. There's a reason she's going to Indiana University. 20 points, only 2 turnovers, and a very, very well-played game. She takes care of her teammates. I really like her game. But yeah, she would be my pick.
And Layla Powell, I thought, played very well. Only 5 points, but 10 rebounds.
Yeah, Layla's a present inside. But at the end of the game, was all said and done, the rebounding and the tenaciousness on the offensive end, attacking the basket one after another by the GRC team, just wore them down. And I think offensive rebounding was the name of the game. That got the fouls. The fouls got them to the line. The line got them free throws. That was the difference in the game.
GRC wins their first ever state championship. They defeat Assumption 48-43. Cardinals 33-2 this year. And Assumption, a fantastic season. And it will end at 27-6, but so much, I think, pride in that program, and what a huge season for them.
Yeah, very good season, and they lose some great players, but they have some coming back. I mean, Palmer's only a sophomore, and she can run the show for them next year. Then they got some other really good sophomores, so I'm sure they'll be back down the road. There'll be another big battle in Jefferson County in that 7th region.
Won't there, though? Kylie Moore, another one. Speaking of Jefferson County, we cannot wait to see Butler next week for the boys' Sweet 16. Gary Forrest will join me as they will begin their quest to win a state title Thursday, 11 a.m. on the air at 10:30 as Hazard will take on Butler in the boys' Sweet 16 opening round. So that'll do it for us. Thank you so much for joining us this week on Glycod. It was a pleasure to bring you Assumption and Frederick Douglass basketball. For my compatriots, producer Steve Bird and analyst Mark Evans, I'm Chris LaBar. So long from Lexington, and see you Thursday for the boys' Sweet 16 on Glycod. Good night.
From Glycod, this has been UA Local 502 Louisville Basketball Game Night. UA Local 502 and the Mechanical Contractors Association of Kentucky. We do it right the first time. Tonight's game was brought to you by Red Ball Recycling, turning your scrap metal into scrap money. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed. Tinsley Family Concessions, commitment to quality. German American Bank, building our community since 1910. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust. Anderson's Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. And by Blinds Direct and State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilley.
Visit glycod.com and follow us on social media for information about upcoming broadcasts and other high school sports content. Thank you for watching this live sports presentation on Glycod.